There was a chance I'd win a Pulitzer for the story I'd been working on for the last 6 months, but I didn't care about that. Exposing Eric Weber as the bogenmanger, foul-smelling scumbag he was, motivated me far more than accolades ever would. Tomorrow, the Edinburgh offices of the Crown Herald News Agency, the UK's most trusted investigative news organisation and my employer, would lock up for the holidays for all but late-breaking news stories, which meant I'd no longer have access to some of the more secure servers I had relied on for my research, at least until after the beginning of the new year. I'd make do, of course, since the current story I was working on required me to find and cultivate my own sources, ones I had no intention of revealing, let alone sharing, even within my department. Given I'd spent the day attempting to come up with every conceivable thing I might need to use the classified servers to find, my desk, that my editor typically referred to as a muddle of epic proportions, was worse than usual. Scraps of paper where I jotted down random thoughts to follow up on were buried under days-old cups containing no longer discernible beverages. That I didn't give a fuck was only one reason my colleagues, which was far too nice a word to call them, avoided my corner of the office. Actually, my untidiness was what had landed me at the desk shoved off in a windowless alcove. That, along with my tenacity, had earned me the nickname Bulldog. I was more often called Bully than Sully, short for my first name, Sullivan, not that the two rhymed. It was meant to be insulting, but I considered it high praise. Rivers! My office! Now!
"There are 2 targets," said Periscope, my handler. "Your orders are to eliminate both." "Who are they?" I asked as I exited my SUV and got into position. "The first is Sullivan Rivers, a reporter with the Crown Herald. The second, the gunman, is yet to be identified." Sullivan Rivers? Why did that name sound familiar? More, why had I asked who the victims were when I never had before? And a reporter? Why was there a hit order on her? "Take the first shot as soon as you've got it," I heard Periscope say through my comms earpiece. Who the fuck did she think she was talking to? I was one of the best snipers in Unit 23, an elite team within SIS, the UK's secret intelligence service whose primary mission objective was assassination. And I wasn't one of the best. I was the best. And she damn well knew it. "Saviour? Copy?" "Shut the fuck up," I seethed, pulling the trigger the very instant I knew I'd hit the gunman right between the eyes. A quick "pfft" was all he heard. It might not have even registered. No audible crack, since I only used subsonic bullets. I was about to take the second shot when 2 things stopped me. First, I was sure I knew the woman whose life I was about to end. Second, I could see shadowy figures approaching from the edge of the parking lot, where one victim lay dead on the ground and the other stood frozen and in shock. "Bloody fucking hell," I muttered, slamming my foot on the gas after jumping into my waiting SUV and racing over to the woman who was bent over, losing the contents of her stomach. I got out, grabbed her around the waist, and shoved her inside. I climbed in after her, barely getting the door closed before I spun my vehicle in the opposite direction and sped out of the parking lot. "Get down on the floor," I shouted. "Keep your hands where I can see them." "Saviour, do you copy?" I heard Periscope say through the comms. "Copy," I responded. "The clean-up crew is going in now. They're saying there's only one victim. The gunman." She sounded out of breath. "Where is the other target?" "With me." "What's going on, Saviour?" "I'll handle it," I said, right before powering off my headset.